What is up, El Paso? In this video, I'm going to tell you guys about the good, the bad, and the ugly of living here in El Paso, Texas. If you're looking to relocate to El Paso, if you want to buy a home in El Paso and you already live here, or you're looking to sell your home, do not hesitate to reach out to me. I'm going to drop my number right here below. That way you guys can call or text me or even email me, because this market is hot. Homes are going by super fast and I don't want any opportunities to fall out of your lap. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start out with the pros, that way I leave you guys a little bit of suspense. But pro number one is going to be that the winters are short, they're not that cold, and we rarely get snow. Maybe if you're relocating from a city where there's a lot of snow and you have to wake up super early to get the snow out of your driveway and off your car, that is not a problem that we have here in El Paso. At the worst, it gets to 32 degrees, maybe even in the 20s around January or February for a short period of time, and ice will get on your windows and you got to wake up early to scrape that off. But that's only around January, February. November, December don't really get that cold here in El Paso. January and February are actually our coldest times from my experience. And another thing is that since we rarely get snow, when we do get snow, everybody here gets so excited and the world just stops. So you can go outside and build a snowman and enjoy it while you last. So if you have kids that really love snow, if they're moving here to El Paso, when they do get snow, it's going to be a beautiful sight to be able to see them enjoy that snow here in El Paso, Texas. Pro number two, and it's going to be that El Paso is a growing city. We're definitely not at the levels of Austin or Dallas. We're barely sitting at 685,000 people, and Dallas has around 2 million people. But we're a growing city. There are a lot of job opportunities here. I believe so. We have so much potential for Border Patrol agents since we're so close to Juarez, and people in the healthcare industry, nurses, we're in high demand for that. And we do have a couple big companies here. Amazon recently just moved in our Horizon area, a huge building. They just hired a bunch of people. And we have El Paso Electric, T-Mobile, Fred Loya, GCU, and a lot of other companies for job opportunities. And something else that goes hand in hand with El Paso growing that I want to talk about is the fact that Walmart is bringing an in-home delivery service for your groceries to El Paso, Texas. What they do is the employees have a vest right here on their shirt or their uniform. They use a one-time code if you have a smart lock on your door to get into your home. They walk in there, they put your groceries away in your fridge for you and walk out. And they have that camera on there. That way you know that they're being safe, they're being healthy, and they're not trying to steal anything from you. And the membership for that is $19 a month. But El Paso is a growing city, and I expect a lot of people to move here in the coming years. And because of that, big companies will be moving here, more population will be moving here, and prices of homes are going to go up. So the sooner you can buy a home in El Paso, the sooner you'll be able to reap the equity benefits as prices of homes go up. As for entertainment, Top Golf recently moved here probably around like 5-7 years ago, I'm not too sure. And a lot of entertainment places are moving here, like escape rooms, rage rooms, and there's starting to be more opportunities to have fun here in El Paso, because people have always considered El Paso as a boring place, but now that's definitely not our stereotype anymore. Number three, and that's going to be that you get to experience the Hispanic culture. And our culture is very unique, in my opinion, from any other Hispanic culture that has a lot of Hispanics, Latinos in their city. People here are so nice. And a lot of people are worried, like, what if I move to El Paso and I don't speak Spanish? A lot of people here in El Paso speak English. And for the ones that don't, you don't have to worry, because you're going to be around a lot of people that speak English and Spanish. You'll start picking up on the language and you'll be able to understand people. And a great benefit of the Hispanic culture is going to be the food. We have so many local Mexican places and big Mexican places where the food is super delicious. And if you're here long enough, eventually somebody's going to introduce you to a secret spot, and they're going to be like, hey man, I know this great spot, let's go for lunch. And you already know it's going to be a Mexican place. Pro number four, that's going to be that we are so close to Juarez. So if you're looking to start a business, El Paso might be the place to start a business at, because what you can do is you start your business here in El Paso and you buy your goods from Juarez because they're so much cheaper there. That adds more profit to your business. And I've seen a lot of people do that. They buy a home here in El Paso, more than likely in Central. That way they have a shorter commute to Juarez, and they run their business that way. And it's not even just for business people. A lot of people, so many people that I know, get their braces done in Juarez, contacts, healthcare, furniture. There's just so many things, necessary things that you need to buy that you can go do in Juarez for cheaper. So if you like saving money, El Paso might be a good place to be at. And El Paso in general is just affordable. That leads me to my next point. It's the fact that homes in El Paso are affordable. We're one of the biggest cities in Texas. We're definitely not the biggest city, but we're not the smallest city, and we're not dead. If you move to El Paso, there's not going to be just complete desert around you. Even if you move to the areas that are super underdeveloped or barely growing, Walmart, shopping centers, entertainment is going to be around you. And homes in El Paso are very affordable. You can get into more square footage for less, and you can get into a nicer home for less than you would in other big cities in Texas. All right, now let's talk about the cons, because I want you guys to make an informed decision if El Paso is the right place for you to move to. I'm just not trying to sell you on El Paso and convince you to move here and use me as your realtor. I want to be a source of information and value for you guys. Con number one, I might get backlash for this, and it might just be me, but I feel like fast food places in El Paso have bad service. A lot of the workers in fast food are always so rude, or you just know like they don't want to be there. For example, the other day I was at McDonald's on Trans Mountain. I went to the drive-thru to pick up an order. They told me to park. I was like, yeah, I'll park. I was waiting for 30 minutes. I finally asked somebody like, hey, is this order ready? They were like, I'll let you know. I waited another 10 minutes. And then finally I went inside and I saw it just sitting there, and I was like, hey, is this like been ready? And they were like, yeah, it's been ready. And I was like, whatever. Like I grabbed it and, I left, because I'm not that guy that's going to complain. But I've noticed that a lot of fast food places in El Paso, the employees tend to, you just know like they don't want to be there. And I'm sure it's not the people, because the people in El Paso are great and they're so nice, they're polite, and they're easy to talk to. I do think it has to do with the fact that many fast food places are understaffed. Not a lot of people want to work right now, and because they're understaffed, that means they have more of a workload on each employee, stresses them out more, so they're lacking in customer service. Number two, I know you guys saw this one coming, but it's going to be property taxes. Property taxes are about 3% of your appraised value, and this is not the best thing for El Paso, because in a lot of big states like Phoenix, for example, they have very low property taxes. And if you're a senior citizen or just somebody that's going to retire and you're living on Social Security and you don't have a guaranteed income, those property taxes are going to be eating away at you. But the benefit of El Paso is that, the homes are affordable, so that makes up for it. Your property taxes might be a bit high, but you're still paying less than if you were to move to another part of Texas like Austin or Dallas, or a big city like Chicago or Phoenix, because the homes there are just so expensive. Con number three, there are a couple places in El Paso where you can get into a lot of square footage for less. A big, beautiful home that was just recently remodeled. It was probably built in the early 1940s or so, and it's a great deal. The only con is that you're surrounded by other 1920s homes, 1940s homes that aren't the nicest. They haven't been remodeled yet. So you feel like in a real juxtaposition when you buy that big, beautiful home in that area that's surrounded by homes that aren't like yours. Con number four, this is going to be that summers are hot. We're not as hot as Phoenix. We're not hitting 114 degrees consistently, but we are up there in the 90s, 100s, 101s. Sometimes we get up to 110, and summers get pretty hot. The only good thing is that we're not humid. You don't walk outside and you're immediately like dripping in sweat, you know what I mean? But you walk outside and you're like, man, as soon as I get in my car, I need to turn that AC on. So if you're not the biggest fan of heat, you're not ready for those El Paso summers. But personally, I'm used to them. I look forward to the summers. I like the heat. I love putting the short sleeves on. And I think, in my opinion, that's actually a pro. And that's a lot of the reasons why people move down here to El Paso. That way they can enjoy, their retirement. But for some people, if you don't like the heat, that might not be the biggest benefit. Con number five, it's the fact that El Paso doesn't have the best drivers. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of car crashes, more car crashes than usual. And traffic's been getting a little bad lately. I thought, like population was increasing, road construction, but population really didn't even increase that much compared to in 2018. And road construction, like they've been finishing it up, but traffic's still been, like I've been getting in traffic jams. And it's because at the end of that traffic jam, I realized it's a car crash. And I keep seeing these car crashes. So in El Paso, we don't have the best drivers. There are a couple drivers out there on the road that are going to have you like, man, what are you doing on the road? And there's a couple car crashes. But you know, if you're a good driver, you're a safe driver, you know what you're doing, you should be fine. But the only con is that those bad drivers are going to get you stuck in traffic here and there. Don't get me wrong though, everywhere you go, there's definitely not going to be a car crash. I've just been noticing as an El Paso native that there are more crashes than I'm used to because I've been driving for a while now on these El Paso roads. And con number 6 is going to be that we don't have the biggest and best companies here to give us the best job market. Like we don't have, Coca-Cola, Google, and all of those places like Seattle, California, parts of California, Austin has. But we are starting to grow. We're starting to get there. Amazon came to Horizon. I believe El Paso is going to be a growing city. But as for now, we don't have the best and biggest job market out there. All right, that's going to be the end of the video. If you're an El Paso native and you currently live here and you have a different opinion, feel free to drop it down in the comments. I would love to see what you guys think. And this might be helpful to the people that aren't living in El Paso, dropping that comment. That way they can get a different perspective from mine off of the same video. But hey, if you're looking to relocate to El Paso, you want to buy a home, or you want to sell your home, do not hesitate to reach out to me. I look forward to helping you. And once again, thank you all for watching my channel. It helps me get this content out to other people that are looking for El Paso content. And I hope you guys have a great day.